Donald Trump is being crushed. He is being crushed by an avalanche of his own lies about Jeffrey Epstein and the whole Epstein sex trafficking scandal. Yeah, all of a sudden, the truth is coming out all over the place. It can't be denied anymore. And Trump is furious. He's desperate. He's all over the place. He's now talking about charging Obama with treason.
I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt. The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up to 2020 of the election. They tried to rig the election, and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people.
He's trying to change the focus any way he can to get people to stop talking about Epstein, because suddenly it's all over the place. Trump and Epstein were extremely good friends, maybe even best buddies. They spent all kinds of time together. Trump sent him private letters. Trump had him at his wedding. These guys were extremely close, and Trump has been lying to us all the way along. You know, you've got Pam Bondi saying these things about, the FBI is investigating and searching through the files.
I gave them the deadline, Friday at 8, a truckload of evidence arrived. It's now in the possession of the FBI.
Possession.
Yeah, the FBI obviously, they haven't looked at the thousands of pages of documents that they've just received Friday. Yeah. But Cash has a team going through them.
Yeah, under your instructions, they were searching the files to tag every place that Donald Trump's name was in those files.
Senator Durbin claims his office was told that the FBI was pressured to scrub through volumes of Epstein-related documents and to, quote, flag any mentions of President Trump. In a letter to FBI Director Kash Patel, Durbin states U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi pressured the FBI to find 1,000 people to scroll through 100,000 Epstein records. Quote, my office was told these personnel were instructed to flag any records in which President Trump was mentioned.
And she was having private meetings with Trump, telling him about what they were finding. So they weren't investigating for the American public. They were investigating for Donald Trump.
Jake, we are learning this evening that the president was briefed, as you said, by his Attorney General Pam Bondi back in May, that his name was mentioned in the Epstein files. That is what we do know. What we do not know is the context in which his name appeared. Of course, it has long been established that the president was a longtime friend of Jeffrey Epstein back in the 1990s in New York. They were featured at many parties together. Jeffrey Epstein attended one of Donald Trump's weddings at least, and on from there. But what this does is return the questions, the unanswered questions, back to the White House. The White House, of course, has been working overtime trying to change the subject with the deflection, with the distraction. But what this shows is that Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, told the president that, look, your name is mentioned in here. Of course, several other names, many other names are mentioned in these volumes of files, but it does not answer the questions that still remain about this entire matter. Now, White House officials are telling us, look, this is not surprising. The president knew his name would be in there, but they are saying that he did nothing wrong. Of course, the president severed his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein over a real estate fight in Florida in the mid-2000s here. But what this does, again, return the conversation back to the president's name being in the files. Of course, the files have not been released. There's been an uproar over that. And many people are wondering if it is because of the Trump mentions in here. Again, we don't know the context of how many times his name appears, but we do know the president was briefed on this by his Attorney General.
This is just outrageous, okay? And it's coming down. CNN has got all kinds of photographs and video footage of just the various times that Trump and Epstein have been together. witnesses are coming forward and testifying and verifying that, yeah, Trump was involved in all of this. It's coming down to it. Trump met Melania through Epstein. He's the one who introduced her. He made love to her for the first time on Epstein's private plane, the Lolita. Trump is waist deep in shit with this whole thing, and his entire world is starting to fall apart. So, of course, Trump reacts to all this news and all what's going on how he always does. He lies. He fabricates stories. He makes up bullshit. He just starts fabricating things, blaming other people, distracting. Hey, look over there. Watch this. I'm going to do this. He'll come up with anything and everything he can to keep the American public from knowing what's going on. Trump's been lying since he came down the escalator in 2015, the first time he announced he was running for the presidency. And he's continued to lie. But this time, he has been caught. His lies are all surfacing. The question that I have is, now that his lies are being exposed again, will the American public believe them? Or are they going to believe a serial liar, Donald Trump? Because I think, Mr. Trump, your time is up. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave me a comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel.